Hi guys, it's Mark Zickery, Mr. Sci-Fi, also known as Mark Zickery of Space Command, and I'm in this spacey chair, which I really like. I'm in my room at the Hard Rock Hotel in San Diego, attending San Diego Comic Con, and having a good time. It's tiring because I'm also working on the series that Rock Neo Bannon and I are creating. I'm laying out the first season of it, and Rock will be here tomorrow for the Fanscape party and panel and signing and so forth. So we're cooking along on that and working on the project. This is for the Showrunners Network, and I'm creating another series with Mark Fergus and Hawk Ostby of The Expanse and Children of Men and the Iron Man, and I'm talking with Dan O'Bannon's wife, about if we can do something with his work. He wrote Alien, of course, and it's cooking along. But meantime, today I was on the Ghostbusters panel and talked about real Ghostbusters with Craig Miller, and he and I wrote for that for real Ghostbusters, and it was great fun to talk to an audience about that show. It was a lot of people love it. I loved writing it, and it was very very fun. And so it was I really enjoyed the panel, and caught up with a number of friends and have seen a lot of people, and. Tomorrow is our Space Command screening and signing and all of that. And so if you're here at Comic Con, definitely come see it. There's a full page ad in the schedule of events, and we're going to be showing. We've taken because it's only a 50-minute panel. We've taken the full hour of the pilot, which has scenes that no one has seen yet. I mean, we've been refining them, and but we boiled it down to 30 minutes, so you can see beginning, middle, and end of that hour in 30 minutes. And also, we'll be showing new stuff in the trailers for Space Command Forgiveness and Great Solar War. So we'll see. You'll get to see a moment with Nichelle Nichols. You'll get to see a part of the scene we shot with Nathaniel Freeman and Angelique Scott a couple weeks ago. Yeah, all sorts of stuff. And then we'll have our panel. It's going to be great fun. And hopefully we'll record the panel part of it so we can share it with you guys on Mr. Sci-Fi. Let's hope we can do that. We've been doing that with our Comic-Con panels on Space Command for several years now. Now also, someone was asking me about the Space Command shares and how that works and what the hell that is. So I'll go into it here. I may go into it on its own separate video. But basically, some of the money we've raised for Space Command has been through Kickstarter campaigns, but the other half of it has been through selling investment shares. And how that works is they're $7,500 each. Most people buy multiple shares, and it allows us to do things like building the alien sets we're building now, and building the creature we're building now, and we're also ramping up and starting to shoot the Great Solar War. We're going to shoot all 12 hours of the first season while we're actively pitching the show. And for those who buy Space Command shares, they get a percentage of my producer's net profits in the first 4 hours of Space Command. So in other words, we divide the pie, and half of the pie of the profits goes to me and some of my actors and so forth, and the other half of the pie goes to our investors. Though initially it's 70% of my producer's net profits until the investors. It's 70% goes to the investors and 30% goes to me and my team until 120% of the investment has been paid back, and then from then on it's 50-50. So for a period of time, and so if you're interested in buying shares, it would be enormously helpful right now, because I don't want to have to stop things dead. I've gotten enough money to start building the sets. We're Dave Edison and I are working full time on the edit, on finishing the second hour of the pilot, finishing Forgiveness, the 40 minutes we've shot so far, and shooting the rest of it. But we'll run out of money and won't be able to get to the shooting the rest of Forgiveness unless we get more money in it. So if you want to buy shares, it'd be enormously helpful. Very grateful. You're welcome to come visit the set. You're welcome to basically anything you want to do with Space Command. You can have if you buy shares, you can be have a walk on. You can be an extra. But again, what we're doing now is the audience is financing the show. And this is the new model. This is the new paradigm. Eventually, we're going to get to a point where I can just say to my audience, look, put down 20, $30 and you'll get the season. But to do that, we'll need millions of people, not the thousands that we have pitching in now. So we're building audience and definitely spread the word about Space Command because we're getting over 95% thumbs up on our pilot. We're going to be releasing a new version of the first hour soon with improved stuff. You'll see what I'm still tweaking, and we're also now actively doing the visual effects, etc. in the second hour. So it's a wonderful journey, but this is also a model that we're going to use moving forward. So with the Showrunners Network, the 6th series I'm creating, we're going to go to our audience and finance the pilots, all 6 pilots into production, then go to the buyers with 6 shows, and so that's the model I'm embracing because we know what's good, we know what we want to see. The studios and the networks have never gotten it. I mean, they canceled Star Trek after 3 seasons. They would have canceled it after 2 if we hadn't spoken up. They canceled Firefly and never should have. They canceled The Expanse, and the fans got Amazon to pick up a new season. So, my ultimate goal is to have the audience decide what they get to watch. The audience and the creators, and if the networks and VOD platforms want to partner with us, they can for distribution and promotion, advertising. But they're not going to be the ones, deciding what gets made and if it's stupidified or whatever. It's like, I've been so lucky with the executives I've worked with. I've never gotten a note where you went, "Oh my God, this wrecks everything." But a lot of my friends have, and it's horrible when you see a show that starts with such great promise and then all of a sudden it goes south and you wonder why. And I've had friends who created hit science fiction shows, where they had to leave them because the network wanted too much sex or too much violence. I mean, things that would, wreck the show, and they weren't able, even though they were the creator of the show and the showrunners, they weren't able to say no. They had to leave, and that's a shame. That's really a shame. So anyway, I thank so much for everything you've done. Thanks so much for everything you've allowed me to do. And if you're at Comic-Con, please come up and say hi. Subscribe to the Mr. Sci-Fi channel. Throw some money our way. If you can buy shares right about now, it'd be really helpful because I want to keep paying my team. I want to keep building the sets, building the creatures, and I want very much to roll camera on the rest of Forgiveness in October. We're shooting a scene here and there in between, and you can definitely have cameos, where walk-ons, things like that. But also, if you can't come to LA, you can be on a view screen, something like that. We can work out ways for you or your loved ones to be in Space Command, even if you can't come to LA. So that's it for now. Thanks so much for everything, and we'll talk again real soon. Bye-bye.